Bastards. Today I want to talk about health and physical preparedness because you can have all the gear, you can have all the skills that you perhaps know, but the most important thing is actually your body, because your body is the tool that you will use and need for every uh, situation. So it's like maintaining a machine, and there are a lot of different ideas on how people think how to maintain that machine. Some people are going full on diet on a good diet, and like they eat healthy. They try to avoid certain types of foods, like fats and what a fat diet is these days. And you have people who are only counting on physical fitness, like these are the guys that will go to the gym like a few times a week, and they will do hardcore body fitness and whatever. But the truth is, we as humans were not evolved to actually live in this sort of society. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about the society we are living in today. It's not real. Uh, it's perhaps kind of difficult to explain, but this is not the way that humans are evolved to live in hundred thousands of years. It's only like 200 years that we started to industrialize and have like a modern way of living, making machines to live, to make every day easier, growing food, eating and processing food. So that's a big difference in the last 200 years, that we are physically and physiology not prepared for. So what can we do about it? Well, I would say try to live more up to that nature part. On the part of uh, diet, I would say try to eat as less processed food as possible. Um, what can you avoid? Well, I would say avoid things like uh, I don't say you cannot eat them. I just say it's more, your body will process it more naturally, like whole foods, like fresh fresh fruits, vegetables, fresh meat. And I'm not talking about the meat that you usually find in the stores, because if you really think about it, the animals that companies are breeding and slaughtering and selling for food, for the market price, it has to be cheap. So to let the animals not get sick, they put it full of antibiotics, hormones to grow better, and yeah, and so on. So that's not really, that will get into our system. Um Next thing, like things like, we're used to the idea of, oh, chemicals like in sodas, and something to exchange with with sugar, like aspartame and such. Those are also some bad things. Modern medicine. I mean, if you have a headache, you can take a pill, but that pill will probably have some side effects. So try only take it when it's really necessary. Um, those are just some examples. There are a lot of more. I would say think about it and try to figure it out what's natural for humans. Try to look at other parts of the world, like people who live in tribes, in more nature areas or islands. How do they eat and stay healthy without the modern medicines and practices that we enjoy in the West today? Um, Next thing about health is the use of chemicals. What do I mean by that? Imagine how many chemicals we get every day in our body. by using products for hygiene or some aesthetics. What do I mean? Imagine the products you get into through your skin, in your mouth, to or any other way, like like modern soaps, makeup, um, yeah, perhaps some body things like perhaps tattoos from certain inks, and some other aesthetical things like paint or something. Uh, Deodorant is also one of those things that is filled with aluminum to put the pores close. So that's also a chemical that we use. That is, why do we do it? Because we don't want to smell, but to use every day those chemicals that will can lead to nasty things in the future. So that's another way to. There are so many other points I can make, perhaps, but I cannot name them all. So I would just look it up. Be skeptical about all the products that modern society is trying to make us get used to. Is what I'm trying to say. Try to think about what you put on and in your body. So now we're at the part of the physical uh, fitness. Like I said before, some people will go a few times a week to the gym and will give it all to get that heart rate. But if you really think about it, people are not made for such long physical activities. A human is evolved for long endurance that would have been useful in hunting, because imagine how many energy it would use to get after a rabbit. But if you can keep stepping after a rabbit, you will eventually get him because he will get tired and you will get him. That's a way to look at it. So I would say just work out through the days. What do I mean by that? Um, just simple things. Uh, do do your dishes with your hands instead of a machine. Go to your work or some other place you have to be that is close by foot or by bike. When you don't take the elevator, take the stairs. And when you do all these little manual labors, it can fill your, how do you say it, your physical fitness through a day, instead of going 1 or 2 hours at the fitness and getting your and stretching every muscle of your body to feel the pain. I don't say you don't have to do that to train, but to only rely on that 1 or 2 hours of real intense fitness, I think it's better to just go through the day, little little bits of manual labor. That's the way humans are evolved. Actually, we do everything just for endurance and not as just maintaining a line. And just when you really need it, you can, for some intense activity, you can go up, but you cannot keep it keep that activity of endurance for long. So the peak moments are more for high stress moments or getting out of danger. That's the way how you can see that humans are evolved in that way. So that's another thought that came to mind. And the last is uh, actually the mind is also very important for your body, because you can have psychosomatic symptoms from stress that is put upon your body or your mind, and vice versa. So uh, just live relaxed. Don't get too many worries. Don't think too much about what happens. Know what happens in the world, but don't let it bother you. Don't let people bother you, because it will eventually get onto your body and it will make turn into physical damage, and that will also turn more into mental damage. So that is just some small thoughts I wanted to talk about, perhaps giving you some ideas on how to live healthy. There is probably an hour video you can make about this topic, but I don't have today that much time. So this is just a thought I want to give you, something to think about. I hope you will you will see more broader than just all the bullshit they're trying to sell you, because that's another thing. Because companies, certain people have an agenda to make money or some other personal reasons to get an idea to a lot of people, but those ideas are not really in line with what humans are evolved to. It's what society needs to keep the motor running, but it's not what individuals are meant to be, if that makes any sense to any people. So try to live, eat healthy, try to use as less chemicals as you can. Everything, try to be use everything natural. Just stay in shape. Go to the gym, but do most of your labor through the day on a medium level, just to keep you busy. Uh, that's about this. It's, I think so. Thank you for listening. I hope you got some ideas from this. Leave a comment if you want to share an idea. Subscribe, and that's kind of shit. So thank you for listening. See you in the next video. Bye.